This week, homosexuals won a round in the Supreme Court, though it was a bitterly split court. Then they lost a round on the political front as both President Clinton and Bob Dole struggled to see who could be first to oppose gay marriages. Steve, President Clinton once said that the biggest mistake he made in his presidency was one of the first ones, and that was gays in the military. Is he trying to inoculate himself now?
No doubt about it. I mean, that issue hangs over this whole debate that we're having, and it was a week that demonstrated, Ken, exactly how volatile this issue really can be in political terms. As you point out, early in the week, gay activists won a big victory. The court voted 6-3 to strike down it's an amendment to the Colorado state constitution, which basically would have prevented any laws in Colorado that would support gay rights. And the opinion was written by Justice Kennedy, who was a conservative and who was named by Ronald Reagan. Kennedy wrote that this amendment violated the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution, and he said, interestingly enough, he said it was motivated by animus, that was the word he used, toward gays, and not by any public policy purpose to justify it. The dissent by Antonin Scalia, very scathing dissent, said the majority didn't have any real legal rationale for what they did, but a very interesting phrase, he said that really they were taking sides in a culture war that is raging in this country over gay rights. Later in the week, we saw how hot that war is because President Clinton announced, the White House announced that Clinton would approve a bill which is making its way through Congress, which would basically discourage legal recognition of same-sex marriages. And the same gay rights activists who were jubilant early in the week were furious at the end of the week at the White House. So they accused President Clinton of betraying their cause, of selling out for political reasons. So you can see this issue is going to be around all through the campaign.
Steve, let's go back to the issue you said that overshadows it, and that is the don't ask, don't tell policy that was one of the first out-of-the-box decisions made by President Clinton. What are the legal implications of what the court did in striking down the Colorado amendment in terms of policies like that, if it says governments cannot discriminate, really, against people who are homosexual?
Well, this decision still is really only a first step. Our friend and colleague Linda Greenhouse wrote in the New York Times that this is a shield for gay rights, but not a sword. And it was a good analogy because basically what she was saying is that you couldn't put special disabilities or special burdens on gays, but they also were not entitled to special rights. And that was a distinction that was being drawn. It's still a very open question whether the court will now reverse the ban or the administration policy on gays in the military, because there's still a very open question. The court could say, look, this is a legitimate purpose because of unit cohesion and other things. What they were saying was the Colorado thing was not legitimate.
Steve, how politically influential is the gay lesbian community in America today?
Well, they are quite influential in part because, like a lot of other minorities, they've learned the way to operate. They raise a lot of money. They're well organized. There are many gays very active in the media. In fact, Scalia, in his dissent, made this point and said that one of the reasons why he felt the court was coming down on the side of the gays in the culture war was because they were so influential in the media. But in the end, the political calculation that Clinton is making by saying he's going to sign the bill on same-sex marriages, I think he's basically saying, I can take the gay vote for granted, and that they really don't have anywhere else to go. And that drives the gay activists crazy, but I think that's his calculation.
I mean, it is driving them crazy because they're saying, we understand why he had to sign the same-sex marriage bill, or he'll say he will do that, but why not send us a sign that says, I understand the problem, which is the legal protection of marriage, so that someone can go to a hospital and see their partner who is dying. Can't do that right now. I mean, they're saying, why not send us a sign? Is it that politically hot that he can't even do that?
I think they think it's very politically hot. And it's in terms of, there's a context here. For 20 years, the Republicans have been effective in branding the Democratic Party, in Newt Gingrich's evocative phrase, as counterculture McGovernix, outside the mainstream, identifying with social and political attitudes, cultural attitudes that were not part of mainstream America. And it goes back to the gays in the military point. That blighted the first year of the Clinton administration, got him off on the wrong tack, allowed his enemies to brand him a liberal. He's not going to do it again.